Hi friends, this is Laura with Potpourri of Life. I hope you're having a great day. Today, I went grocery shopping with my husband. I think sometimes he'd prefer I not go. But when I go, I'm looking for meals to go out. And we didn't spend as much as the first time I went with him, and which I was really glad because this time I took the flyer out, checked the pricing, and we decided to work with that. And what you want to do for those of you who are trying to save money is make your meals around your sales flyer. Make your meals around what's on sale. And I know it's getting harder and harder to buy meat that is appropriate for your budget. So what I wanted to share is some deals that I got and how we prepare the food that we get, like the meats basically. And I wanted to show something in the flyer. So I told you in one of my Money Matters series videos is how the flyers will say, like this one here is gummies. Don't get me started on gummies. But anyways, it says that it saves $2. That's a sale. But over here with Dr. Bronner's lip balm and the Satin Care shave creams, all it says is compare and save. Those are not sale prices. Those are the store's regular prices. But at least you know that if you need that, you can go and get that. And I don't know what coupons are out there because we don't get the paper with the coupons anymore. And there's so few products that we purchase, it's not really a concern. And I know that people who use coupons are doing great with comparing their sales with the coupons. I used to do that all the time and I saved a ton of money. So if you're using coupons and it works for your lifestyle, keep doing that. That's really important to do. But remember, these flyers, if it says save a certain dollar amount or cents amount, whatever it is, that's what you're saving. Now, if you have to buy 2 of something, I'm just trying to see if we got anything here really quick that says, okay, here's one here. Here is Marie's salad dressing. It's 2 for $6. And it says save 98 cents, and that means 98 cents from the regular price, but the regular price of 2 of them. So basically 98 rounded up to $1, it's 50 cents per. So normally it would be $3.50 each, so $7. So keep that in mind when you're comparison shopping, and don't, you know, if that's something that you can get at another place for the same price regularly, then just know that. Just be aware of how your pricing is. So what I did when I went with him is I was looking for some meat options because we kind of need a few items that are, we kind of need some meat stuff. And I really don't like going to the grocery store all the time, but sometimes you can get some good deals. I prefer my farmers because I like their meat. They're all grass-fed. I trust them. That's how I like to shop. But we needed some other meats in the house. So what we did is I ended up getting a large bag of, let me see, chicken. This is stir-fried chicken that I use. I use it in baking. I use it in stir-fry. I use it in that. And it had, they said it had 10 pieces. It was actually 12 pieces. And so I got that for, so that was $6.98, and it doesn't tell me how much that weighed, and we threw the paperwork up already. And then my husband, I was so proud of him. He said, Laura, what about this? They had chicken legs, and I'm trying to see the drumsticks. There was 8 pieces of drumsticks in there, but that came to $1.67, and it was marked down. What we did was we bagged it up already in 4 pieces per bag, and then there was 2 legs left. So he says, is it okay if you get this? Because it was marked down. I'm going to show you how it was marked down with 2 other meat products that I bought. I said, yeah, that's a great deal. I said, I don't like buying chicken legs because I don't like chicken leg meat. I like the chicken breast, the boneless. So that's what I look for, and I look for it all the time. And I didn't even think to look at the chicken legs, but he's behind me and he's kind of checking it because that's what he prefers. So we ended up with 2 extra. So we're grilling these out tonight, and the others are going to go into the freezer. Now, what we did was I could have put them in the bags that we suck out the air. I plan on using these in the next couple of weeks, so I didn't do that. So what we did is we kind of flatten them out so that we can put them into the freezer flat. So if you have a small freezer, you can easily put them in there and see what it is. Make sure you label what it is and the date that you are putting it in the freezer, because that's going to be important. You don't want it in a Ziploc bag. They don't last forever in your freezer. So I know that I'm going to be using those up soon. Even the chicken, if I decide that I want to can it, that's going to be fine. But at this time, I'm just putting them in the freezer so I don't have to worry about it, because I've got a meal to make tonight. My husband wants to make the chicken legs, and there's other things that I'm busy with. I don't have time to take that out and start canning it. But there's not a lot there to put in the canner. Now, 2 other things that I want to show you to keep an eye out for when you're purchasing meat. This here was a manager special. It wasn't on sale, but it could be that this is the price they were able to get it for, and it's considering that they're talking about the meat going up higher and higher in price, then I didn't think $6.99 a pound was bad. It's just under a pound. I don't know if you can see that. It says manager special. Those are things to look for. Now, it doesn't mean it's the greatest deal, but it's something to look for. And for $6.36, I could probably make 2 to 4 meals out of this. This is going to get sealed up in a bag. I'll probably leave it in this and put it in another Ziploc just to keep it from getting air in it. But this is something that I am going to throw into a pot roast, small pot roast type container with potatoes and carrots and onions and whatever else I deem essential to go with this. So look for manager specials, because usually it's a little bit cheaper. Now here's another manager special that I got, and I was really thrilled about it. This was the only one. I was kind of looking to see if there was a few others, but there weren't. This is a stir fry, and I love stir fries, and I try not to put too much meat into it because I prefer all the vegetables. So this was $8.99 a pound. The manager special says $6.84, so I saved 82 cents, okay, you know, I think per pound here. But it was a 0.38 pound package, but stir fry pieces are like that. And so I ended up saving quite a bit. So it says that I went from $3.42 down to $2.60. Now I realize a lot of people, you know, $6.84 for me seems to be a little excessive. $6.99, it's kind of around the same pricing. That there, I can cook up the whole thing or half of it and put it in a stir fry. But I'll be honest with you, more than likely, this will make 4 meals for my husband and I. Now, if you have a family, this will make a great stir fry meal for you and your children with rice or pasta, whatever it is you want to add to this. And try to buy other healthy vegetables to go with it. It'll stretch it out. You might see that everybody is not eating as much. We find that the more vegetables we put in our cooking, the less we eat, and that we try not to fill up on rice and all the pasta stuff. And I do have pasta, but that's just one of those things that it's kind of like, I picked up a couple boxes today, and I thought it was a little pricey, but I'm not going to go out and stock up on pasta right now because we don't eat a lot of pasta. But if things get really tough, I like to be able to have a little bit of comfort food, and it's chickpea pasta that many people probably wouldn't be interested in, but it actually isn't that bad, and they were like $2 to $3 a piece. Let me see if I can quickly find that. Yeah, the chickpea pastas were $2.50 each. But that whole pasta box, we don't consume it all in one meal. He doesn't like that pasta, but he'll eat it with me. And then I already had some of the angel hair pasta that he likes. So, you know, I just make 2 batches of pasta, you know, if we're both eating at the same time. It depends on his work schedule. So that's some of the things I got. Another thing that I got is I don't always eat pancakes, and I can make things from scratch. And then they have that shake and stuff pancake, and I said to my husband, I said, do you want some pancake mix on hand for when you just want something? He goes, yeah, because you can't eat this. And that's true. I don't like pancakes to begin with, but I do like gluten-free pancakes, and I like a pancake that I make, which I'll be showing you how to make, which is gluten-free. So I was doing comparison shopping with this buttermilk type stuff, the shake stuff, and I'm like looking at the unit prices, folks. Look at that. If you haven't learned this, look at that unit price, and you'll find that that plastic container was going to make, I think, about 8 pancakes, but the box unit would make twice as many. So then I said, are you focused on this brand? He goes, no. Why? Because the old Aunt Jeremiah brand, which is now Pearl Milling Company. Yep, so see, they have the Aunt Jeremiah there. This was even less expensive. As often as he eats pancakes, which is not very often, to have this on hand, and I know I make a lot of things from scratch. You can look at the ingredients. More than likely he'll have pancakes maybe once a month, I don't know. But we wanted to have something like this, which I will put in a canning jar to keep it fresh, and I'll put an oxygen absorber in it. And I actually just cleaned up a bunch. So I will put it in this, an oxygen absorber, and then when he wants it, and I'll put the directions on it so that he has that. Now, do you have to use a mason jar? They're really expensive right now. 6 of them goes for like $12.98, and they don't always have them in stock. They don't have them in at the grocery stores that I've seen. Usually it's just Walmart. But when you get something like this, to keep the bugs out of this, you can put it in the refrigerator if you don't have jars, and if you have room in your refrigerator, or you can put it in jars with those oxygen absorbers. Putting it in the freezer or in the refrigerator will make it last a little longer. So I'm just sharing that, and this ended up being, let me see, it makes how many servings? Hold on. Makes about 50 servings. And let's see where the pricing is. It came to $5.49. 50 servings, that's not too bad. So for me, if he wants something quick, this will work for him. And you only have to put in water, I believe. Let's hold on now. Water. And some oil if you're making waffles. So he can make waffles too. I don't have a waffle maker, so I don't think that's going to happen. But so you put water and pancake mix in it. You know, when things are tough, this is what you want to be making sure that you have on your shelf. I don't have pancake mix on my shelf except for the gluten-free stuff. And we don't have it very often. I might have pancakes once every 3 to 4 months. And that's pretty much all I have. Or if my grandkids are visiting and I'm trying to figure out what do I want to make, they will have pancakes as well. So this is an item if you're trying to cut back. I'm not saying to eat pancakes every day, but it is something if you want something to kind of tide you over a little bit. This will be an economic thing, but try to make sure you bake or make the amount that for one serving. So mix up the batter, and I know sometimes, you know, that big stack of pancakes that you can get at a pancake house or something, that can be quite filling. So consider making some at home. And even if you go out, I've told you, I am not here to say you can't go out to eat and you can't do all that. I'm just showing you ways that you can save money. And if you are somebody who enjoys pancakes in this particular case, then you can do that. But that's what I wanted to share with you. And I know, I mean, we bought a bunch of vegetables. I got some yams, I got carrots, onions, and another butternut squash, and some peppers. And there was a few other things we've already put away because we just don't like having all the food out. But it wasn't as bad as the last time because I was more conscious of what was at the grocery store. And that's what we have to be, is like, check that flyer. See what it is that you need. you can make your groceries around the flyer. You don't have to go shopping every week. You can go every other week or once a month. I prefer once a month, but this time we went, this is the second time this month, within the last month that we've gone. I didn't like it, but I have to think twice because we normally spend we used to spend just $50 a week. This shopping trip, we spent about, if we split it for the 2 weeks, it's $75 because I looked at the pricing. I looked at what we could do to stretch it out. And there's some people that $75 a week is still too much. Personally, I think it's too much. But I'm hoping that this is coming across as helpful, not critical, just some things to look for. And, you know, I'm hoping that each of you find ways to save. I mean, if you want a real good, healthy steak on your grill, I say go for it. And that's if you can afford it. Like right now, we're just trying to be very careful about where our money's going because I don't know where my electric bill is going to go. But I was really grateful the bill came in and it had gone down like $20. And I'm like, yes. But it's because I have been cutting back on a lot of things that I've been using. And we don't use as much hot water in some things. And, you know, washing my clothes and using cold water for that kind of stuff. Using hot water, of course, for the dishes, hot water for a shower. I've cut back how many baths I'm taking, so the hot water heater isn't heating up. There are ways that we can cut back, and that's the only reason I'm bringing this forward, to share with you as to ways that you can cut back. So I hope it was helpful, and I hope that you see something that you can do. And meat is something. You don't have to live, I mean, I guess there's people that don't feel we should eat any meat. I don't agree with that. But, you know, we all have to live a life that brings each of us pleasure. And even though we're going through some hard times in our country and across the world, let's all take an active role in making our lives a little bit more comfortable while we conserve and watch the resources as we spend them. So I'm hoping that you have a great day. I'm hoping that God abundantly blesses you. Enjoy and God bless.